Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shocks Elite Gaming. Here, I'm about to show you some tips on how to get some more MyFACTION points in WWE 2K22's MyFACTION mode. Now, I've been loving this mode, but I've also been loving the grind of getting more MyFACTION points, and they don't make it easy, but I've got a couple of little tips that I can give you. Hopefully, you guys find them as effective as I have. But you're going to need a few cards to do it first. Goldberg is going to be the very first card that you need because he's got the quick winner badge. And then the second, really there's 3 other cards that you need for sure. But if you want to make the match go by a little bit quicker, instead you're having difficulties getting the job done with Goldberg, use one of these 2 cards instead, okay? Basically, all you need to know is that they stun opponents so quickly. And with Riddle, you're going to be able to stun them even more with a heavy-handed badge as well. So I'll go a little bit more in depth in a separate video about what all the different badges mean. Because if you don't play 2K, you don't play Madden, you're not really used to the badge system, I'll get you acquainted with it. Don't worry about it. But that's for a separate video. Today, like I said, we're learning how to get this bonus MFP unscathed. That's basically what we're going to be abusing right there. For all of the all of the Faction Wars games that we're playing, we're going to be running these 3 cards in our lineup all the time. R-Truth, Ted DiBiase, and Dexter Lumis, because they all have the same badge. And the good thing about Ted DiBiase is that he has it at a Hall of Fame level. And so I don't know if that's what 2K actually refers to it as, but that's what it is in 2K basketball, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So anyways, basically we're just gonna play a game of Faction Wars. I'm gonna go through pretty much all the methods, all the spots that I go through in the match, and show you the amount of MFP that I make by the end of it. So that's what my goal is for this video. And I'm having a lot of fun with Faction Wars as I'm getting backdropped to death by Hulk Hogan. But yeah, basically what I have been doing is working this method where I try to get my lineup oriented as to the way that it is. You see I have R-Truth and Dexter Lumis and Ted DiBiase, who I'm not going to be using at all. And they all have unscathed, and so as long as they're not taking any heavy abuse through the rounds, or through the game, through the match, I'm going to get that bonus MFP. And I'm going to use Goldberg to get the match done in less than 5 minutes, and that's basically what Goldberg does in real life, or what he did back in 2000, and so I'm recreating that here in the game. You see the moves that I'm utilizing. I'm using a lot of light attacks. I'm using a lot of light grabs on the ground, particularly at the limbs. I'm using a lot of light grabs at the arms. And I'm working the stun meter pretty effectively in these Faction Wars games. If you want to get them done as soon as possible, you got to make sure your opponent is stunned. One thing I like about Dexter Lumis is, if you really want to use Dexter Lumis in game, he's got heavy-handed as one of his other badges, and so it's kind of easy to get stuns off with him. But I've noticed that Goldberg, you just target the limb, and right there I made the mistake of grabbing while he's in that seated position, and you never want to do that in this game. It is a very bad spot, especially with somebody that's good at reversals like Roman Reigns. He's going to reverse that seated position, grab every single time. I'm going to use one of my signatures. I think I used a signature spot right there to try to, or a special meter to try to get up, avoid him from tagging out, because I don't want this match to go longer than 5 minutes. As you can tell, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, is making it very difficult for me to get the stun off on him, as you would expect, because Roman Reigns is pretty good in real life, isn't he? Fighting out of this spot with Goldberg, and I'm already taking a little bit more damage than I'm used to taking in these Faction Wars games, but there it is. Got the stun off that I wanted, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to taunt, get that damage modifier up a little bit, and as you notice, I'm grabbing him as at the very end of the stun so that he can't actually reverse. But as soon as my finisher hits, that stun is going to go off every single time. Working the stun meter pretty much to my advantage, getting him in a position to where I can get the submission off easily, spam of the button, easy, done, less than 5 minutes. You can do that. Pretty much re-roll it every single time, do the exact same thing. Sometimes it doesn't work out the exact same way. And if you noticed, what I like to do at the very beginning of the round is you start off with Goldberg, and you're going to get the opposite, whoever, you know, the diamond or amethyst card is that you're going to go up against. The very first thing you're gonna try and do is you're going to grab them, throw them into the corner, get them tagged out, and then just go to work on whoever tags in. As you can see, 457 MFP earned at the end of that game. And the thing is I didn't even play it, like, quote-unquote, efficiently. One thing you can do, like I was saying at the beginning, is you can use a card like Riddle or Samoa Joe to try to just beat everybody up on the other team. You get as much points as you can, get your objectives done with your other cards, and basically just farm MFP that way. And then you're also going to be maximizing the amount of MFP that you earn in between briefcase pulls, because you know you're going to get a certain amount from those each time. And before you know it, you're going to have 100k easily before you know it. And so hopefully you guys found this a little bit helpful. I'm going to start doing maybe some card reviews and maybe some tips on proving grounds, because I'm already done with it, and so maybe I can show you guys what I did to get through that. Let me know if you guys enjoyed, and if there's anything you want to know, hit me down below. Hope you guys have a great day.